Yo, what is good, guys? It's boy Raph, and I'm back with another video, man. Now, in today's video, we're going to be continuing the VOD series. In this case, today's video, we will be focusing on Summit. Before we hop into today's video, man, I got a special announcement. Can't really discuss too much about it. Can't go too in-depth about it, but I have been working with some people about some business stuff. So I am going to be opening my website pretty soon. Expect a pretty major video next week. I have some really good news. I think this will be great for the CODM community, especially for you guys. So anyways, though, once again, can't say too much, I don't want to spoil it, but I will explain some more as days go on by. But once again, though, if you guys do enjoy today's video, show your love and support by dropping a like. If you guys aren't subscribed, come on, man, hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. These videos take a lot of effort. I'm doing this all by myself, and I'm doing this for you guys because you guys are amazing, and I do want to support you guys as you guys support me. So thank you so much for your support once again, guys. If you guys want timestamps, check out the description. And besides, let's hop into the video. So in today's video, we are going to be discussing once again Summit. I actually was looking forward to making a VOD review on this map because I feel like I am somebody who has single-handedly changed how people play this map in particular, because I am very innovative and I feel like this map can get pretty hectic, as everybody would say, but I do believe after you watch this video and I tell you the things I'm going to say, I think you guys will understand it pretty well. But before we hop into the VOD review, let's go ahead and pull out the notepad. We will be showcasing this once again. If you guys haven't read this, I highly recommend you guys take the time each day to read this. This is just me discussing what spawns are and explaining every single spawn. Okay, I want to show you guys something. I won't go too in depth of this. I've been working on this in the side, while I've been working on these other videos. Not going to discuss too much about this, but we do have 3 different tiers of a hardpoint. Not hardpoint arsenal takeoff. No, I'm talking about P1, 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5. If you guys want to review this, go ahead. I won't explain too much about it because I am waiting to talk about this in a specific video regarding hardpoints. I really have an insane video. I think this will be really good to study. And also, this is another thing that I do want to discuss. Not today, but once again, specific video for this. Okay, the 2 playstyles of COD Mobile. You have the fast mode and the slow mode. A lot of people think you can play an aggressive playstyle, a passive playstyle. That's not true. It's impossible to play that playstyle because playing aggressive and passive is how you treat timing in CODM. Okay, the reason why I am such a phenomenal player and I'm able to be very consistent with playing, people will think I'm playing aggressive. I'm not playing aggressive. Okay, I'm playing fast mode. You play fast mode, you play slow mode. Playing aggressive is actually you utilizing the timing between you and opponents to gradually grab that space between you guys and put pressure on them. Therefore, instead of going to a 50-50 gunfight, you go into a gunfight in favor of yourself, aka an advantageous gunfight. This is very important and competitive in general in any sport. This is a thing that works in any sport, any game that requires 2 teams. Chess, to basketball, to football, you name it, this is a thing, okay? Playing passive is the absence of playing aggressive. Okay, playing passive is not necessarily a bad thing because it's something like Search and Destroy where you guys want to play passive. Okay, you're not playing passive, you're playing slow mo. You cannot play passive as a playstyle. Playing passive, once again, is the absence of you choosing to play aggressive, and playing aggressive is you choosing to capitalize on that timing and that space between you and your opponent whenever you get that first kill. So I will explain more about this. This is actually something that's really important to study, and I will say that for another video. But nonetheless, let's go and hop to the next part of the video. So we do have P1, P2, P3, and P4. Okay, P1 on Summit, pretty simple stuff. You have main spawn, which is going to be this area over here. Okay, you have main spawn, which is going to be these 2 spawns up here. Okay, now when it comes to the split spawns, all right, these 2 spawns are both split spawns, and this spawn over here is a split spawn as well. However, like I had discussed in the previous VOD map, okay, the split spawn in question works as if it's a double agent. Okay, this spawn can work hand in hand with the main spawn. However, every single time you spawn here, if you notice that your teammates, through prospective teammate, are across the map, that probably means 2 things. Either 1, somebody's going top to contest the green spawn or through here, or somebody actually spawned here. Alright, so you're gonna see me say this a lot of times when it comes to Summit, which is the hardest map to master. My biggest advice to you guys is to make sure that every time you spawn, kind of draw an imaginary line from where you spawn. If we spawn here, that means they're going to be ahead of us. Now, the reason why a lot of people have a lot of trouble playing Summit is because every team nowadays understands main spawns. They might not understand clearly the split spawns in question. Some do, some don't. But the whole point is, as long as you understand main spawn A and main spawn B, it's literally my teammate spawned here, they must be here. My teammate spawn here, etc., etc. Okay, vice versa. The general player nowadays in competitive understands this. So why am I saying this? You must pay attention to where you are spawning. Pay attention to your surroundings. Be aware of where your teammates are. And then by process of elimination, you can then understand, okay, I'm either in a very dangerous zone because someone's going to contest my spawn, which will happen a lot on Summit because of how compact the map is, okay? Always remember that. That's very important. Now, when it comes to your main spawn on the other side, main spawn B are these two spawns. CODM spawn has the same rule of thumb as the mid lane spawn. When you spawn here, you want to look at your surroundings. If your teammates are recycling these spawns, then you should be, generally speaking, safe. But do keep in mind, if you spawn here as well, and you spawn here, regardless of what it is, take the time out your day to look through your map or prospective teammate and see where your opponents or your teammates are. As soon as if you spawn here or here, and one of your teammates are in this area, even one person spawns out, that must mean that somebody's either trying to push out through here or push out through here to provoke a spawn trap. But anyways though, when it comes to P2, alright? P2 is a little hectic. I know it looks pretty crazy at first glance, but trust me, it'll be pretty simple, okay? When it comes to spawns, spawn A are the two green spawns. This is your primary green spawn. This is your secondary main spawn of green, okay? Same likewise, vice versa. These two spawns over here, all right? These two spawns are your main spawn. Once again, same thing, same rule of thumb with P1. We can see the spawns, generally speaking, are the same. Whenever you spawn here, somebody could be behind you, so just be aware, be attentive to that, okay? Very rarely you would have this spawn. If you spawn at this spawn, you usually would pull this spawn whenever you guys are entering a transitional phase from P2 to P3. But otherwise, if you spawn here, just try your best to, once again, look at your surroundings. If nobody's nearby, you might be in a hot zone, you might be in enemy territory, etc., etc. Okay? Now, the split spawns in question is this area in general, okay? And also this spawn, okay? I'm gonna blow your mind. Every single time that I've played Hardpoint P2, I do one thing all the time, okay? I've always had this trait about myself. Because I'm a player who loves to flank, I also understand opponents will watch my gameplay and they will try to replicate the same thing, which they can do if it wasn't for me, okay? I understand that, and I eliminate that factor by, instead of having my teammates just playing through one lane of the map, I single-handedly will engage with the second lane, therefore causing my opponents to funnel one lane. That's why I say I am playing, or I'm forcing my opponents to play in uniform, where it's very organized. Let me ask you a question. Would you rather your opponents, alright, you guys are spawning green, would you rather your opponents funnel through the bridge, through top and bottom, and also pinch through con? Alright, so that's 2 lanes. Or would you rather you, as a player, occupies this space, disabling all of these spawns over here, besides this top spawn, okay? You disable all 3 of these spawns, therefore causing your opponents to funnel the main entry of the hill. What would you do? Me personally, I'm choosing the second option. Now, when it comes to P3, this is a little tricky, alright? Try to make it as understandable as possible. We'll start with spawn A. Spawn A is very simple, very easy stuff. Alright, this part of the map, okay? This is main spawn A. You have these 2 deep spawns. You have the green spawn, which is a split spawn, but once again, it can work hand in hand with main spawn A, as long as you guys have a solidified anchor, okay? If you're spawning green, that means that they're pushing the 3rd lane. You have 3 lanes in general. You have 1 mid lane, you have the green lane, and then you also have, in this case, technically speaking, you have the snow lane, okay? If I spawn in the green area, divide the map in half, that must mean that they're routing through this area, okay? Green spawn acts as if it is like a second or a last resort option to try your best to restore the deep spawn and retrieve the deep spawn before your opponents collapse that to backstab the hill, okay? Now, if you are spawning snow, this is one of 2 things, okay? If you guys are anchoring deep and you spawn snow, that must mean that they're funneling this area, although this is unlikely that you would spawn here. If you do, once again, divide the map in half, they should be on this part of the map, okay? Very simple stuff. When it comes to main spawn B, technically speaking, these 2 spawns are both main spawns, okay? They are not in the P1 area. They are near the P4 area. These are your B main spawns, okay? However, it depends on 2 things. 1, where your team is funneling, okay? These are all, this and this, these are both squad spawns, okay? Meaning if your teammates are pushing towards that area, they're navigating towards that area, you will squad spawn on the opponent or on the teammates. Also, is effective for the snow spawn. Whenever, you'll see me do this a lot, whenever I'm playing P3, I will always go do my best to play in the snow door and go for a backstab to clear out any group push over here. So, I'm thinking 3 steps ahead while doing 1 step at a time. Don't think about 3 steps ahead and try to do the 3rd step, because you can't go to the 3rd step without taking the first 2. Okay, that's very important. That's some real life stuff, okay? I will do this flank. As soon as I clear this out, then I'll maybe do 1 of 2 things. I'll either go top and continuously slay them out, therefore causing them to recycle the P1 spawn, or vice versa. I'll hit the con route, therefore causing them to funnel these 2 lanes. Every single time you spawn, you might either occupy this part of the spawn, or this part of the spawn. Whatever it may be. There's going to be people pushing up the mid lane, pushing up the green, and sometimes doing a snow wrap. Okay, as you play against better and better teams, people have started abusing the snow wrap, people start abusing the top push, etc, etc. I'm somebody who loves to go top control and force them to funnel uniform, aka both the con spawn or the con lane and the snow lane. And once they have to force a split push, especially when my teammates have operators shutting down this lane and they're forced to funnel this lane, it's game over. Okay, kind of take my routes when it comes to P3. You guys will see this a lot when it comes to this map. Okay, but nonetheless, be attentive to where you spawn. Every time you spawn at either one of these spawns, okay, they can work together with the close main spawn. So this one's main spawn A, this one's main spawn B, technically speaking. This can act as if it is a secondary spawn or a squad spawn. Sorry, it can act as if it's a squad spawn. But nonetheless, whenever you spawn, this is a general rule of thumb for anything, okay? You spawn, prospective teammate, mini-map, kill feed. Look at your prospective teammate to see where your teammates literally are. Look at your mini-map to see where your teammates who died before or after you respawn as well, okay? And then look at your kill feed. You get the point. Just be attentive to that. Now, when it comes to P4, okay? P4, a little similar to P3, but it's actually a little bit more easier to understand, okay? Main spawn A, pretty simple stuff. This is your main spawn, generally speaking, this area. Main spawn B is a deep area, okay? Now, when it comes to the split spawns in question, Summit, because it's a very compact hardpoint map, and the split spawns in question are close to both main spawns. In this case, this split spawn area is close to main spawn B, this split spawn area is close to main spawn A. Why am I saying this? Once again, you spawn in, you look at your prospective teammates, look at the kill feed, look at the mini-map. Once you look at those, you'll be able to evaluate what the game state is like right now and what lane needs to be refilled and where you need to navigate towards to have a successful engagement, okay? But generally speaking, you will notice this a lot on Summit. People are going to cycle this spawn a lot because it just happens. Sometimes you're going to cycle this spawn, okay? This spawn, the CDOM area in general, is soft anchored when teams choose to push this area. Okay, when teams are generally pushing a CDOM to deep break, they're going to soft anchor this and cause this to go from a split spawn to a squad spawn, okay? Which is why an advanced team like our team, OUG, what we used to do is we usually have somebody deep, okay? This person isn't playing on the barrel. He's constantly looking back to disable the deep spawn while also simultaneously looking at forklift area and sometimes this area. He's just moving around, paying a lot of attention to what the game state is via his kill feed, okay? And then I usually be the person who just lurks around bottom or even top, constantly using my equals in this case, constantly having a one-way gunfight, forcing my opponents to then cycle, in this case, the snow spawn. Then we'd usually have somebody with an operator cutting this off for somebody on the snow rock, okay? So that's probably one guy in CDOM, one guy anchoring deep, one guy on the forklift, or even overextending towards this area, one guy on the snow rock, you know what I'm saying, etc, one guy OBJ. You can see it's a lot of cutoffs, but that is not necessarily playing cutoffs. That's playing aggressive towards obtaining and capitalizing on the dead space on the map. We take that before they do, okay? Think chess, bro. Once you can play against an opponent who has a lot of map control or over the chessboard, it's very hard to make a comeback from that situation, even if there could be one, okay? These spawns don't work hand in hand with each other. If you spawn here, just once again, ears are very important. But nonetheless, though, you know, this is main spawn A, once again, main spawn B. Your split spawn is in this area, split spawn in this area. All I'm saying is, bro, I'm gonna be honest, it's very hard for me to explain to you guys by word, by definition, how to literally play Summit, okay? Because remember, every game is unique. You can find patterns. Generally speaking, there are patterns in every single Summit game. People are always going to somehow spawn in the CDOM area, okay? People are going to sometimes spawn deep, spawn A, spawn snow, etc, etc. So where do you come into the mix? Every single time you spawn in, think, bro. Prospective teammate. Look at where your teammates are. Look at the map. Look at the game state. Look at what area of the map is dead space, okay? When I say dead space, I'm talking about a zone in the map where your teammates aren't. If your teammates aren't there, don't assume that it's clear. Assume that opponents will be there, so you prepare for that, okay? And the third thing, the kill feed. Where are your teammates dying at, or where are your teammates getting the kills at? That must be the hot zone. If that's the hot zone, and that hot zone is eliminated, okay, under the assumption you guys get the kills, it's going to flip. So let's say this is a hot zone right here. You guys get a squad wipe. Okay, they're going to recycle this area. Okay, process of elimination. You must. You have to know this. You have to know this to become a better player. Okay, but nonetheless, I hope you guys did enjoy that part of the video. I know it was a pretty lengthy explanation, but I really wanted to take my time today to explain my thought process and how I have mastered this map specifically. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and hop into our next part of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy the video up until this point. If you guys did, make sure to show your support by dropping a like. Let's go ahead and hop to the next part. Alright, so going into my initial, this is something I like to do a lot, okay? Whenever I spawn on the CODM side, usually try my best to navigate through con to top to flank people. Now, why do I use a Semtex? Semtexes are more stronger and lethal and more versatile than a grenade in hard points. Okay, let me explain. With the Semtex, two things happen. Number one, it sticks to surfaces. You might think this is pretty bad, but when you really think about it, it acts as if it's a Molotov. Most of the time, you're usually playing against players with 2 or 3 people max who have trophies. Me nading the inner part of the top, okay, means they won't be able to swing through the inner. Because there's a Semtex. Once again, it does more damage than a frag grenade. They're going to have to run away. They'll divide into one of two things. Now, if they were people who were late and they seen the grenade on the inner side, they're going to have to wide swing the outer part of top. And with that being said, because they have to take that long route and swing around, that allows me to not be shot in my back, and it also allows for my teammates to position because they're taking a lot more time than usual, having to go for the longer flank rather than the inner part of top, okay? It's a lot of things, reason why I do that. Number two, if my teammates want to contest top, okay, because I'm nading this part, they can't swing top. They have to go for an outer wide flank, which I communicate to my teammates that are contesting top, hey bro, swing the outer part. They can't swing inner. I always get at least 1 to 2 kills on average when I do this type of play. It's very, very OP. But in this case, they went for a con push. See, got a kill. I didn't think I was going to get a kill here, but I'm telling you, that strategy, you know, I'm putting y'all on game. I'm putting y'all on game. Trust me, bro. Use Semtexes. Do not use frag grenades in hardpoint. I promise you, they are very OP. Okay? But anyways, though, I'm reacting to the fact that my teammates spawned out green. You can see, I even told myself, oh, spawn con. Alright, boom, bounce. So I'm going to pressure that CODM. Unfortunately, Kings didn't react to it fast enough, so it's no problem. But I'm going to be the second person in line to go for that cutoff. So, little shaky gunfight. We're going to win this, though, thankfully. Nice kill on me. We're going to drop, get another person. Alright, now, we spawned CODM, but because my teammate also recycled the green spawn, right? 3, 2, 1, boom. Alright, I wasn't necessarily paying attention to my map at this point. I'm paying attention to the hard point instead of going for the cutoff. But they're cycling this part of the map. Why? Because, like I said earlier, it's dead zone. If your teammates are recycling one main spawn A, they have to be spawning main spawn B. It's very, very simple. It doesn't get more easier than this, bro. Even a baby would know this. Okay, that's how easy it is, bro. It's very simple stuff, man. Unfortunately, though, teammate got a split spawn, but the person, my teammate spawned before the opponent spawned, okay? Because, how do I know that? Because I killed this person right here. Alright, and another person died before Cartels. So, this is Cartels, I'm pretty sure, right here, but because Cartels died after the opponent will be the first blood. With them being the first blood, they cycle the dead zone before my teammate. So, you know what I'm saying? Pretty simple stuff. Unfortunately, wasn't focusing onto that, so we got backstabbed. No problem. Respawn, and now we're spawning green. Bad smoke on me, unfortunately, but we're going for a bottom swing in this case. Throw a killer drone on CODM because I think they might proceed on. This guy's over cages. I don't think we're gonna win that. Unfortunate, no problem. And okay, we spawn green, spawn mid lane. So you see my teammate spawn mid lane, okay? Teammate spawn mid lane, but because I spawned green, he's completely fine. Alright, he's completely fine. If he spawned CODM, alright, if he spawned ahead on CODM, and I took this mid lane flank, that means two things. Either number one, somebody might have spawned green, or somebody spawns right where King stood. Okay, be very attentive to where you spawn at, and where your teammates spawn at. It'll literally tell you where the opponents are. Very simple stuff. So at this point, we're gonna get this kill right here. We're gonna play very aggressive. You see, I'm playing aggressive to the point where I'm playing fast enough to capitalize and be aggressive towards my opponent, so that I get a fair, or not fair, a more advantageous gunfight on my opponents. That is what playing aggressive is. Playing aggressive, once again, is not a playstyle. Playing aggressive is a choice. When you don't play aggressive, be passive, okay? Don't be a passive player. Do not ever be a passive player. Playing passive is how you get hit by COD timing, okay? I'm gonna explain that in another video. That's like some really like crazy things that I've really like wrote up and thought about, but I'm gonna explain that later. But in this case, got 2 people, got 3 people. At this point, he's got 4. I gotta run as fast as possible as I can and go for the spawn trap. You see how aggressive I am towards the spawn? I'm taking that space, and boom, just like that, person not prepared for that gunfight. Free kill on me. Unfortunately, we got backstabbed on the hill. We're gonna spawn out. Get the person on hill. This person's top. Teammates calling his bottom. So me and my team's gonna push this. Unfortunately, good slide peek on me. He's gonna win that gunfight. All good. So I'm gonna throw smoke over that to try to smoke off the green barrel. I don't know if I'm gonna land that. Hopefully I did. Yeah, we didn't land it. No problem. Get 1 kill over here. Teammate spawned green. Now I'm and right here. Okay, divide the map in half. Teammate spawn green. We're cycling the C-down spawn. They have to be in this dead zone. So you're gonna see me be very fast to aggress. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, hit marker, but you see my thought process. It's very simple stuff. Very, very simple stuff, bro. Very easy, man. Boom. Spawned here. Teammate spawned in P1. Somebody has to be with them snow, but the rest of them are going to be cycling this area. So let's see what's going to happen. Boom. Kill the person who's flanking con. So I'm telling my teammates con might still be open. Maybe. There's a chance. So I'm chilling, waiting for my teammate spawns. Okay. At this point, we just got to pinch the hill as a team. Get the person on hill. This person's still bottom. Get that guy too. Calling predator missile. Yeah. We got 2 guys con. The 2 guys coming towards hill. Polo dies bottom. Pop the claw here. Gonna get this person. I don't know if I'm gonna kill this person bridge. Okay, he's not there. Pushing up. Playing aggressive towards the space. Alright, capitalizing on the space. Gonna get this free kill right here. I don't think I'm gonna win this guy. Yeah, I remember this. Bro drops on me. 1 shot. No problem. So now we spawn snow. We're gonna go for a top push. I believe, if I'm correct. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So this is usually what I would do. I would usually go to push top. Besides that, usually I would hit the top entry to make sure that I can grab all. I'm playing aggressive to this part of the map. I'm grabbing the space. I'm capitalizing on the dead zone, taking it into my favor. So that I force the opponents to then, instead of pinching all 3 lanes, okay, or the snow lane in this case, I would force them to funnel through con, which is a fair gunfight for me because I'm going through top with the shotgun. If not go there, they go snow. Very simple stuff. You can see there's reasoning why I'm doing this. I was somebody who actually did start this for people, period. You know what I'm saying? I started this trend in every map, so happens for a reason. I do this for a reason. So actually, okay, never mind. We still have the anchor deep, I think. Yeah, okay, we still have the anchor deep. Got a hit marker there, no problem. I think they funneled through the snow to flank. No problem. So I'm telling my teammate to anchor because he's taking too much time to like bump. I'm like, okay, no problem. I'll just go ahead and push up. Yeah, so see, I'm gonna do this. I do this a lot all the time. This is my you know, my cup of tea, bro. Snow flank. Get this person over here. Flank through again. Get that person. Then we go top. Kill this person. Then you're gonna cycle the P1 spawn. Very simple stuff. Very. I'm giving y'all like crazy advice, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This is crazy right here, man. But yeah, now we're forcing them. They're gonna come con now because my teammate died. Unfortunately, hit marker, no problem. But yeah, Kings did tell me to anchor, but you should not anchor here. 20 seconds. Gotta leave the anchor so that we can flip the hardpoint spawn so we can have the better spawns for P4. So I'm gonna smoke the backstab here. So if somebody spawns behind us, we don't get shot in the ass. And we're gonna leave. We gotta leave. We gotta bump. So my team is being really, really slow here, unfortunately. But no problem. So yeah, you see how they're already rotated for me? This is pretty awkward here. Big kill on me. Now these people are spawning out old. 2 of these guys who we just killed are going to spawn old, but there's still 3 more people alive who are playing for new. So Cartels killed 1 person on hill. We just killed 2 people through P1. It's a 2v, in this case 2v4 situation. So I'm alerting to my teammates there should be 1 more person new. We shouldn't be focusing on setting up the hill. Fuck the hill. The hill won't be open for another, in this case actually, in this specific moment, 10 seconds. Because 7 seconds for activation, plus 3 seconds on hold. We need to clear the dead zone in this case, which is leak. So you're going to see me play very aggressive towards this. So we're looking for the guy deep, and we're solid. Okay, just like that. So you see, even though I was wrong, there wasn't anybody deep, my thought process was correct because you do not ever want to assume something is fine. Because as soon as you start assuming, that is when you leave a big window open for problems. Do not be the person to assume. Alright, get the person on deep though. Big kill on me. We're going to push up. You see how I'm playing aggressive towards the spawn though? You know what I'm saying? And we're going to go for this flank as well. I don't think we're gonna kill this guy. Yeah, I got called out because this person actually... I heard this person as well, but I ignored him. This person was to my right. This person shot me to my right. I don't know if you guys can hear it because the audio is pretty low, but this person did shoot me to my right. So therefore, this person turned around. But you see how I'm playing so aggressive to the opponents because there's so much dead space over here. Try to change your playstyle. You know what I'm saying? Be smart. Be aggressive. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get chances like this because people don't expect that. People won't expect that, bro. This isn't necessarily playing fast mode. I am literally playing fast mode, but I'm playing aggressive towards my opponent. I'm grabbing that space, okay? Unfortunately, spawned out, no problem. We should know that they're spawning to my left here. So yeah, it's one person. I'm also gonna try to shoot. Yeah, that was a great play. Death machine. No problem. We spawn. Spawn deep. Okay, so at this point now, this is pretty bad. Teammate didn't spawn with us. He didn't spawn CODM. Teammate, in this case, Polel, I believe, just died CODM as well. So I'm the only person in this case, because I think Lexi's hitting hill. I'm aware of the fact that this is not a confirmed anchor spawn. We need to focus on having this area cleared. There's opponents in my vicinity. So I'm going to smoke myself off and try to play ratty here and try to use my ears to see if anybody's nearby. This person's right in front of me in the radar. Teammate gets the flank. 2 people dead. This person's right in container. I turn around to see, okay, teammate spawns deep. Good job. Now we're going to push up. I got to play aggressive to the split spawn. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to see this in time. Actually, I got him. Great job on me. You see how aggressive I'm playing towards the split spawn? I'm being very aware. You know what I'm saying? This is my thought process right here, bro. Smoke myself off. Somebody's over here. Nobody's here. See the person on the minimap. That confirms my thought that they're spawning CDOM because my teammate, number 1 in this case, Polel, I think, or somebody else. I think it was Cartels. I don't know. Somebody came through here. He spawned P1, okay? As we can see right here, okay? They spawn snow. They spawn P1. Divide the map in half. From my perspective, they must be in this dead zone. So I'm going to attack this right here. Let me fast forward. Okay, and I'm posting a red house. Then see how aggressive I'm playing fast. I took too much time. I should have looked at my minimap there instead of looking at perspective teammate. But nonetheless, I'm playing aggressive. Go, 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 go. And take that. You see, I'm telling my teammate to pressure that fork as well. Because he has a shotgun. I have a shotgun. We have one-sided gunfights. We have one-sided weapons. Take that space, okay? I'll give you guys some great advice. If you want to know how to fundamentally play aggressive, alright, and play fast, alright, use shotguns. Shotguns are the hardest weapons to use in any game because shotguns do not have a versatility factor. Because unlike a submachine gun and an AR, sniper, all of these weapons you can technically speaking use at any range because they have a versatility factor. Shotguns do not have a versatility factor. They are stuck to close range. So using a shotgun, through trial and error, I have understood how to navigate through maps and understand how to play aggressive towards the spawn to capitalize on that space between me and my opponents, therefore winning that gunfight because I'm in my general space, okay? Highly recommend you guys to use a shotgun. If you guys don't know how to use a shotgun, go to my channel. I have a KRM tutorial and a double shotgun tutorial on my channel. Highly recommend you guys watch this. But once again, we're not gonna. I don't know if we're gonna win a gunfight there, but we played aggressive enough. They flinched. They're not gonna try to push the hill. I did my job. Try to do it. You know, simple stuff. Get the call out somebody's cage. Kill him. See nobody else. Gonna get that person as well. So I was thinking I should low-key, I was trying to go for the green flank to spawn trap green, but I'm like, okay, you know what? Nobody else is here, and my teammate just spawned green, and I heard this person top, so I switched my game plan immediately. So I understand now, this is a pretty shitty situation. I seen the trophy last millisecond. That must mean there's somebody near computer. So you see how I'm calling that out? I didn't even see the person. I seen the trophy. Trophy's gone. We're chilling. Now at this point, I see my teammate spawn forklift. Unfortunately, I couldn't react to this situation in time, and I put myself in a bad situation. So I'm gonna die. Unfortunate, but I spawned by myself. I told you see, I'm telling my teammate spawn. Simple stuff, bro. Literally simple stuff, bro. I can't. It's that easy. It's really that easy, chat. It's that easy, bro. I heard him as well. But I ain't gonna lie. I heard him as well, but this also confirmed my thought. Teammate spawned out. He has to be to my right. My teammate spawned in front of him. You see what I mean? That is not a main spawn. That P3 spawn or that mid lane spawn is never a main spawn if your teammates don't spawn with you. Be attentive towards that. That was his fault. He wasn't attentive to that. He got away though. No, he did. He died actually. And opponent spawned behind us. So yeah. This person actually spawned with me green. So that kind of sucks. But yeah. So now I spawn behind him. Trophy's still alive. That means somebody's in my area. I'm going to smoke my backstab. Maybe somebody could spawn behind me. We're going to push the hill. I don't know if we're going to get those kills. No problem. It's 4 people in the hill. I spawned CDOM. Okay. Teammate spawns out. Somebody should be to our right. Somebody should be near Kings. Get one person there. This person's servers. Get that person. Unfortunately, we died. Spawn green. Okay. Looking at the minimap. Like at moments like this, I'm looking at the minimap for like 2 seconds, looking at the kill feed to see what the kills are, so I can then choose what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? We're going top. See this person. Get that kill. Unfortunately, we don't have the prime HS no more. Sucks, but I'm fine with it. Spawn green. At this point, we lost the general gunfights. We spawned out. You see how aware I am about that through perspective team. We spawned out. That must mean somebody's literally right here. I bet you somebody's right here. What did I say? What did I say? Simple shit, man. Come on, bro. It doesn't get more easier than this, bro. So we spawn out. This guy spawns to my left. I don't know if I'm going to react to the person in green. No, we don't. Yeah, we didn't react to that person in time. Very unfortunate. Oh, he was on hill. No problem. But we didn't react to the person who spawned green. And just like that, we can confirm that because Legacy just said he spawned green. In this case, DCam, he died green. So, yeah. In this case, though, we're going top. Pop the claw. We're gonna ricochet this person. Okay, I guess my teammate killed himself. Yeah, he killed himself. Ooh, almost lost that. But yeah, now I'm gonna push con. You see how aggressive I am? Because we have linear spawns. We have linear spawns, which means they're on this part of the map. Simple shit, man. Somebody's gonna be here. Teammate killed him. Another person, dead. That person's right there too. Unfortunately, didn't win that gunfight. And that person was to my right as well. No problem. Boom. We spawned out. We spawned green. My teammate's cutting off the green area, or the con area. But unfortunately dies. Well played on it. That was a good play on Cammy. So now we spawned out. 20 seconds. We still technically have somebody occupying the green area, and we have 2 people rotating for you. So we need to leave the CODM area so that we can cycle them, or force the opponents to cycle this area, and potentially also cycle this area. So we're gonna push up. We're gonna close the space here. We're gonna kill this person old, I believe. Yeah, kill that person. I didn't react in time because I turned to my bridge instead of funneling there, or focusing there. So that was on me. No problem. So here is where I'm gonna do something really, really ratty. I understand there's 5 seconds left. I understand through their shoes. They are not reading that I am spawning snow. They're not attentive to that. So I'm going to chill here for a little bit. And my thought process is, like I said earlier, you read the present and you think for the future by understanding the patterns that happened in the past, okay? There's a huge thought process that happens. Mind you, I'm thinking about all these things in max 2 seconds. Maximum, no more than no more than a second, okay? You got to think about these things instantly, bro. Okay, so I realize my play can successfully be done because I have an anchor on deep, 2 people on the hill, somebody's pressuring mid lane. They're going to be focusing on, in this case, number 4, pressuring mid lane, and maybe following the green route. Nobody is going to focus on this. So I'm going to wait here a little bit, and you see I'm communicating to my teammate. I'm going to late flank snow. I'm listening, and they're going con. So big kills on Polel. Unfortunately, that is way out my range, and he is lagging, so that does suck. Play could have worked. It does suck, but the idea was there, okay? Polel just went crazy, so shout out to bro. This case, we died green, so I'm paying attention to that. I got the confirmed call out that somebody's green, so I'm going to clear this out. I don't think I see anybody now. Yeah, so I think he just pushed up the hill instead. So at this point, you see how I'm, I don't know if I'm going to win this gun. I do win this gunfight. You see how I'm using my pistol to make sure that I move even faster. If you don't know, MW11 and J35 they move the same as a melee. I'm constantly pulling out my pistol to move even faster, to play more fast-paced, so I can be more aggressive towards that area. You see? You know what I'm saying? So I can get into my range and get a guaranteed one shot. Unfortunately, can't get the second kill, but all of these habits are built because I'm a good shotgun player, and I also understand how to play the SMG role and the Slayer role efficiently. So we see that trophy here to our right. Somebody's still alive. You see I'm calling out somebody's still alive. He could be flanking snow. So I'm going to try to overextend here and get the kill. We get the comms that spawns flip. So yeah. Big kill on my teammate. Okay, he's going to go for the push out. I'm just going to grenade this and play life here. And yeah, Cartel's giving the call. Die, go new. Okay, respawn, respawn, respawn. Respawn snow. So I'm going to smoke that off. Running for new, running for new. Somebody could be routing. Somebody could have gotten a lucky split spawn here, and somebody could have already been new. So we're gonna see what happens to my teammate. Yeah, I was right. Null was here. Get the kill on Null, but we still gotta clear it. Yeah, you see I'm still attentive to the fact that they could be in this area. Why do I know that? Because I'm not trusting my teammates' comms that, oh, new is clear. No, I'm not gonna trust that because they are not there. They're not close enough to confirm. That is assumption. You never want to assume. Instead, always prepare and predict for the worst, okay? I'd rather be the person, like I said earlier, on the previous P4 rotation, where I thought somebody was deep. I kept telling my teammates, clear deep, clear deep. Nobody was there, but it's okay, because we're safe, okay? In this case, we weren't safe. So I'm paying attention to my map. This is a lot of dead zone. This is a lot of dead zone, man. Somebody has to be there. Plus, not to mention, the other main spawn, okay, is open. So they have to be spawning there, especially because my teammate is slaying out too hard over here, and my teammates are also provoking both of those spawns. So they have to be to our left. So I'm already preparing for that in my mind. And I see Polo getting shot even before he dies. So I'm like, okay, guaranteed. My thought became a confirmation. Somebody's here. I get this kill. And now I'm trying my best to play aggressive towards this area. But this is a pretty shitty gunfight. So you see, I use my pistol to maneuver. Instead of swinging with my HS, I swing with my pistol. Because if you have a higher than usual sprint mobility, your sliding distance becomes further. So I use my pistol to slide further away. Therefore, closing the gap and getting even closer to my range. Okay? So throw a grenade. If they want to overswing, they're going to have to move around. If they don't want to swing, they can't because there's a grenade. So I'm waiting, waiting, waiting. And while that grenade is over there, I know that acts as if it's like martyrdom. You know what I'm saying? If somebody has martyrdom, you don't want to push. You want to get away. So I'm using that as martyrdom. Focus on the other lane. Then I'm going to look at this. Nobody's here. And at this point, I'm riding towards the forklift entry. Unfortunately, We died. I think I probably should have went for the CODM push, or my teammate forklift should have overextended, but it's no problem. So we spawn out here. Spawn C. So if we spawn CODM, that should mean that they're pushing both the snow lane, the top lane, and potentially the third lane in this case from our perspective, which is the top C lane, okay? Boom, spawn in. Yeah, tell my teammates that I spawned out, but because we have anchor, they should be over here, and somebody is going to respawn snow as soon as I leave right now. So somebody had to spawn snow because I'm not in that general vicinity. The majority of them are spawning CODM, and I'm calling out to my teammates that somebody CODM. How do I know as well? Trophy. You know what I'm saying? I already knew. I didn't need to like confirm that, but I already knew somebody CODM, okay? Again, bad habit again. I'm trying to destroy the trophy like an idiot, and I overswing like I'm one shot. Bad habit. No problem. We die. We spawn out snow. They're still pushing CODM, and there's still clearly people on the hill. But we're going to start spawning out. So at this point, I'm going to try to flank. I'm trying to play a little ratty. I wait for my teammate to push up. I'm trying my best not to push by myself. But we get one free kill because that person's playing too passive. He's not capitalizing on the space to push snow. This person, Manika in this case, as soon as, boom, this person died. In this case, Legacy. He could have pushed out and played aggressive and could have got a fair gun or a one-sided gunfight out to me because I'm unprepared. He's playing passive. Playing passive is the absence of playing aggressive. When you play passive, you lose a lot of the times. You lose, period. You don't win playing passive. There's a big difference between playing passive and playing slow mode. Playing slow mode in S&D, for example, is like when you play picks, that is slow mode. That is not playing passive. Playing passive is the absence of playing aggressive, and when you have the absence of playing aggressive, you enter situations like this where you let your opponents determine the game state, and that happens. Don't be that person. You will never win doing that. You have to make the choice. Don't ever let your opponents make the choice for you. But anyways, we swing here, get a nice flick. Got stunned, no problem. Then we hear this person on the hill, easy kill. This person on top, get another kill. Now you're gonna hear me say, Polo, they're still spawning with this. Polo, they're still spawning with this. Beware. Right there. Yeah, so I was confirmed. And I was like, okay, you know what? I seen two. I had a backup because I want to use my claw to secure a score streak. So we got our predator missile. We're gonna show for a little bit. Okay, nobody's here. His teammate upon CODM. I'm telling my teammate that somebody is with him CODM. Okay, he gets him. This person is still bottom. Yeah, Cartel's confirmed the call out as well. So I'm gonna drop here. He's going top CODM. Unfortunately, teammate died. No problem. We're gonna hop up really quickly. Get one kill. Play 2 kills. You see how aggressive I am to that, bro? I'm him. I'm in my mind. I'm like, yo, these people aren't good. It's not really ego. It's confidence and playing aggressive because they don't expect that. I have a claw. I'm never gonna lose that gunfight. I'm him. That's really what I'm thinking in the moment. You know what I'm saying? So pop the EMPs to make sure they don't have any operators. We try to play aggressive there. Unfortunately, we hit marking him and he has a better gun. Mind you, this is before SF-14 got banned, so it is unfortunate, but no problem. Pop the predator missile. We try to pred the person in hill. Unfortunately, didn't work. No problem. Tell my teammate Legacy that is close to our right, or our left, sorry. I'm trying to target this person computer, get him, look for the guy in hill, get the guy in hill. Can't get this refrag though because if that's the person mid-stairs, no problem. Respawn and we spawn mid lane. Now we spawned in the split spawn, but because our teammates were recycling the green spawn, we're fine, and nobody is in this dead zone, which means they are recycling main spawn B. Okay, so that main spawn or that split spawn works in favor of main spawn A. All right, we're gonna get that person uphill. This person's gonna swing me. I think top. Yeah, no problem. Respawn. And we spawn green. Or sorry, we spawn CODM, they're spawning green. Teammates spawn green actually, so that means that they're going to be to our P1 area. Okay. Now we spawn green. Now we have linear spawns. They're going to be recycling this area. You're going to see what I'm going to do. I'm going to react to this really quickly. See? I say he spawns con. Because look at the kill feed. We went for a 2-for-1 trade. There's at least 2 people to my right. Smoke that off. Unfortunately, we lost the gunfight. No problem, but the thought is there, okay? See? I was right. 2 people. You see how I'm painted? Trying to tell y'all, man. I'm really trying to tell y'all, bro. It's that easy, bro. It's that easy, bro. Boom. Look at the kill feed. Nothing's happening right now. I don't need to do shit. There's no gunfights. I'm in a cool zone. I'm not in a hot zone. I'm in a cool zone, okay? Nothing's happening. Don't take this time to just run and just do bullshit. Think. Chill out. Breathe. Look at the kill feed. 2 for 1. They got one of our players. We got 2. Our teammates are cycling the spawn right ahead of us, and we're also stack cycling the green spawn. Teammates also top. He's half HP. Somebody has to be top. But more importantly, we don't care about that. We care about what's happening to our right. This is also why I always, whenever I take green, whenever I spawn green, you're going to see my teammates just spawn in front of the hill. I don't do that. I'm always paying attention to the game state. And I know if I'm not doing this route, we're gonna get collapsed by 2 different lanes. That's why I said earlier, bro, would you rather be the player who gets collapsed by multiple lanes, or the player that forces your opponents to play uniform and funnel 1 lane? Your teammates will thank you later, okay? But yeah, it's that easy. 2 for 1. They can't spawn C-down because my teammates are occupying the C-down. They have to be spawning both the P1 area and the snow area. So unfortunately, because I lost the gunfight, it sucks, but I was correct, bro. I was correct, man. So now we spawned out. We went 2 for 1 in their favor. We spawned snow. So this guy's top C. We get this guy dead. So we're going to push up, grab the space. I think we're going to try to flank. Yeah. This person's still bottom. Nice kill. Unfortunately, we got the person to a barrel. No problem. Now we spawn con. This is 20 seconds. We want to try our best to flip the spawns because look at it long term, okay? They don't win off this, but they do pass the 200 point mark. Now there's 60 seconds in every single hill. The first 10 seconds usually go split between both teams, okay? We're paying attention to mostly the 50 points, okay? If your opponents cross literally 190 points, but realistically 200 points, play for ult while also flipping the spawns so that you get the spawns for new. Because as soon as you let them have all that time and soak up all that time, all it takes is for them to operator dump on, in this case, Summit. Summit is a tier 3 hardpoint. What do I mean? Okay, I'm going to explain it really quickly. Tier 1 hardpoint is a hardpoint that is easy to access, has reliable secondary routes, okay? Tier 2 hardpoint is a hardpoint that's hard to access, but has reliable secondary routes. Tier 3 hardpoint, in this case, Summit P3 and P4 as well, is a compact, hard to access hill because it only has 2 entries. Does not have a reliable flank route or secondary route because the opponents are always going to recycle it and funnel that and play the cutoffs. And the main spawn A in this case, let me pull it up. Let's go to P3. Main spawn A is closer distance-wise to the hill than main spawn B. So if you're playing and if you're working on a tier 3 hardpoint, you need to play ahead. Okay, you need to work on the spawns while also contesting the previous one, especially in this game stage. So you're gonna see me. I'm gonna go for a long wrap and try my best to make sure. I know that they're gonna be to my right because we're still not anchoring the spawn, but they're not paying attention. That these guys are not attentive enough to the game state. They're just in front of the hill and just like that. So now at this point, I'm like, okay, just push up ult. Let's make sure we flip this and play aggressive here. Unfortunately, double hit marker, no problem. Where do we spawn? We still spawn snow. And I'm still telling my teammates that we should still play this ult, try to contest for a little bit while working for new. So at this point, the game state's really scary. Unfortunately, though, whatever I did not work. You know, it kind of sucks. It really does suck. So at this point, here's this person new, get this person new. Unfortunately, we're gonna hit mark this guy and leave him 10 HP with a sparrow. So we'll play it on him, and we spawn out. Okay, now this is a little scary. We died. Okay, no problem. We spawn C-down. Okay, now the C-down spawn. Then we get a predator missile. No problem. We went 2 for 1. I spawned green, spawned closer. Shot to my teammate infiltrating the spawn. We don't win those gunfights, but we cycle the spawn, we flip the spawn, so it's good for us. This is great, okay? This is really great. Get the kill there. See my teammate with a sparrow. No need to worry. Polo went for the flank. We win the game. Simple stuff, man. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. The VOD doesn't get more easier than that. Honestly, dude, I don't say this a lot, but I highly recommend you guys to watch my gameplay every time I play Summit. Just every time I play Hardpoint in general, just actually watch my gameplay and ask yourself, why is he doing this? Why is he doing that? And once you watch these videos, you'll really understand my thought process. I feel like I have mastered Hardpoint and just the Slayer role in general, to be honest. So, yeah, man. Once again, though, you know what I'm saying? If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to show your love and support by dropping a like. I do appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, that's all we got for today's video. See you guys in the next video, man. Peace out, y'all.